Hey everybody, in today's video, I want to provide you with some helpful tips to help you get your visitor visa application approved. Now, visitor visas are tricky because immigration officers have a tremendous degree of discretion to either approve or deny them. It can be frustrating with that unpredictability. So again, my purpose in this video is to provide you with as much helpful value as I can in the form of tips to help you increase your chances of having a successful outcome when you're going to apply for your B1, B2 visitor visa. So tip number one is to have very strong ties to your home country. When you apply for a visitor visa, the immigration officer is likely going to presume that you have immigrant intent, that you're not really planning on visiting the United States, but that you're planning on staying permanently. And it is your job to rebut their presumption of immigrant intent. And one very helpful way to do this is to show very strong ties to your home country. And by strong ties to your home country, what I mean is evidence of a residence in your home country, evidence that you have a business in your home country or that you're employed in your home country, evidence of close family members in your home country, evidence that you own properties in your home country and that you have a bank account in your home country and that you pay taxes in your home country. All of these different pieces of information help to really establish that you are grounded in your home country and that you don't have plans to stay in the United States beyond the stated period of your travels for visitation. So again, one of the most important aspects of an application for a visitor visa is evidence of your strong ties to your home country, because it's really going to help drive the point home that you're not planning on coming to the United States. You have all this stuff going on for you in your home country that really ties you to your home country. So it helps to allay the concerns and the fears of the immigration officer that you're going to come to the United States and stay. That brings me right into tip number two, which is demonstrating a specific reason for coming to the United States. What we're trying to do here is to demonstrate to the immigration officer that you are genuinely coming as a visitor and that you're not intending to immigrate to the United States. And on one token, it's to demonstrate the ties to your home country. And on the reverse, it's also to demonstrate a permissible reason for coming to the United States. For example, if you're coming to the United States to attend a wedding, you should provide all the evidence that you can that this wedding actually exists. You should provide an invitation to the wedding, evidence that you've booked a hotel, evidence that you have a return flight booked to return to your home country. All of this sort of documentation is going to be helpful to demonstrate that you have a valid reason for coming to the United States. Imagine the alternative if you just told the immigration officer, oh, I just want to go to the US, and there's no specific reason why. That can cause more concern that you're really intending to stay in the United States, or maybe you're looking for work in the United States or something like that. So again, you want to be able to document a specific purpose for coming to the United States. If you're going to be doing tourism in the United States, it would be great to have tickets to the various sites that you'd like to go to and the various attractions that you'd like to go to. For example, if you plan to go to Disneyland, it would be great to have tickets for your trip to Disneyland and hotel bookings and all of these sorts of things to really drive home the point that there's a specific permissible reason for your time spent in the US. The more you can prove that you're really going to be doing the things that you say you're going to be doing, the more it will serve you at the time that you're applying for the visa. Now that we've covered points 1 and 2, I want to cover point 3, which is to make sure you have sufficient funds for your trip to the United States. When you enter the United States as a visitor, you're not authorized to work in the United States. So it's imperative that you can show to the immigration officer that you have sufficient funds to cover your trip-related expenses. Otherwise, the immigration officer may think that you're going to be coming to the United States to work unlawfully. So demonstrating that you have sufficient funds is very important. Now, a couple of things to be aware of. Not everybody has the same living arrangements and same costs as it pertains to room and board. So for example, you might have a friend in the United States that's letting you stay with them. And so you're not going to necessarily have the same expenses for a hotel or other room and board related expenses. If that's the case, you should be able to evidence that. Tip number 4 is to be able to explain relationships with people in the United States. For example, close relatives. So earlier in this video, I talked about the importance of demonstrating strong ties to your home country to be able to ground yourself in the home country, to be able to overcome concerns that you're going to be staying in the United States. If you have close relationships with relatives like a child or a parent that could potentially petition for your green card, or let's say that you're in a relationship with somebody in the United States that you could potentially end up marrying and then processing your green card with in the United States, you should be able to explain how that is not your intent upon your trip to the United States. Because again, they may ask you, if you're in a relationship with anybody in the United States, or questions about relationships with family members in the US. And the idea behind that question is to determine, in part, whether there's anybody in the United States that may be petitioning for your green card, and whether you're entering the United States with the purpose of adjusting your status once you're in the United States to get your green card. And your ability to overcome that concern will serve you very well when applying for your visitor visa. So far, we've done 4 tips. I want to move to our 5th and final tip, which is you should be very aware of all the information that is out about you online, on your phone, and you should be very aware of anything that could potentially be misconstrued by an immigration officer that could be potentially harmful to you. And what I mean by that is an immigration officer may be searching you online, and you want to make sure to be cognizant of anything that could potentially be misconstrued by an immigration officer to be harmful to your case. So there you have it. We covered 5 important tips when it comes time to apply for your B1, B2 visitor visa. Hope you found this information helpful. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us, and it helps YouTube know to share this video with a wider audience. If you know anybody that can benefit from this video, make sure to share this video with them. We're all about empowering you with knowledge. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.